All right, hey guys, Jason here, Samco Workshop and Traditional Bow Hunting Wilderness Podcast. This video will probably be on both because both of you guys will be interested. But we are making some changes to the boat, getting it ready for the season here. A couple things, and I'll show you more of this in detail as we go. But since I'm starting it, I'm going to show you a little bit in the beginning here. First of all, a couple things to note. Notice how disgustingly dirty all of this is from mold and mildew and all that kind of crap. You can see, look at all this. We're going to fix all that. Bleach is going to take care of all of that. I have it right there, Pool Shock. I will show you the difference when we're done, but we are going to coat that, and it's going to eat all of this stuff off of here. This is South Georgia. Humidity is a big deal. You can see, look at the top of my cooler, how that looks. Okay, all of this stuff is going to be brought back to perfect with just a little bit of bleach. We're going to put it right here in this pump-up sprayer that is right back here, watered down, but we're going to use that pump-up sprayer. And we're going to saturate that stuff and clean that up real good. I am also going to put this 50-pound bag of sand all the way up under the front deck up there, because when I'm in here by myself, which is a lot of the time, all this weight is in the back. I cannot mount the battery up front. It does not fit under the deck. Gas tank does not fit under there. None of that stuff will fit under there for me to put it up front. So that stuff has to be back here. And with me having this motor is only 18 pounds. This is no big deal. Not a big deal. It's just an emergency motor. We'll talk about that more in a little bit for you. But given it, I have all that weight back here. When I'm by myself, that front end ride's heavy. We're going to put a 50-pound sandbag all the way up in the very front of that to help keep that down when I'm not up on plane and I'm putzing and things like that. So that'll be the game plan there, because these rivers are pretty hazardous. I don't want to go any faster than I have to through a lot of them too. And if I'm only doing like 8 miles an hour, I'm riding like that till I get up to about 12 or 14 and I'm on plane. A lot of times I don't want to go that fast. And when I come off plane, sinks that back end down in pretty low, which gets hazardous for the fact of rocks and stumps and things like that. So it's all a process, but we got a 50-pound bag of sand right here that I'm about to take everything out from under the deck and stuff it all the way up in front as far as I can up into this front end into here to help get that weight down. So and then we will show you more when it gets going, but it's raining right now, but I wanted to show you that before I stuff that bag of sand in there and what we got. So we'll be back. All right, it's been raining on it, and I sprayed it before it rained, so I didn't have to rinse it. I just let the rainwater do it. You can see that it's still mist hitting right here where the rain is a little bit. It's getting it, but you can see how clean that is now. All that mold and everything there is gone. Look at the boat now. Okay, completely mold-free. Motor, look at the cooler. Everything is done. I did put that sandbag back up there, and I stuffed all the rest of my stuff back in there. So I got everything up in there, life jackets, a spare prop, tools, a secondary bilge pump, my tie-off ropes, dock lines, seating cushions. Everything I need is up under that deck. And right up here in the front, right here under this is that 50-pound sandbag, which, like I said, is going to help me out. And if it doesn't do enough, if that 50-pound sandbag doesn't do enough when I take it out by myself, because again, a lot of times I'm out there fishing with Tina, so she's going to be sitting, she likes to sit on the cooler, actually. It's her favorite spot, is to sit right on that cooler. You can see it's lashed down, it don't move. It's got foam under it, so that's her favorite seat, is right on top of that cooler. But with her being back here and me back here, like I said, I could use some more weight up front. It'd be different if she was sitting up here, if there was a seat up here. If I put a seat and she was sitting here, that would help keep the nose down. If that one sandbag doesn't do it, I have enough room to put another one in there. I haven't decided if I'm going to try with just one and see. And if it does it, because that 50 pounds, literally right up here in the nose, and 50 pounds right there, we'll see. If that does good, then perfect. If it doesn't, then I will take the other sandbag. I still have it, and I just haven't even done nothing with it. It's just a $3 Lowe's sandbag like this right here. I got the other one in here. I bought two because I'm not sure. So before we head to the water, I will take this sandbag. I'm using a duct tape to tape close this pour valve they have on them, but I'll take that closed, and I will put this sandbag on the deck when we go. I will try it by myself first, see what I think. If I need more, what I'll do is I'll just set that 50-pound bag right up here on the front, right up here for a minute, and see how I like it. If it's too much, being 100 pounds up there, I'll take some of that sand out, and then I'll figure out what I want, and then I'll put that bag up under the deck too. There's plenty of room in this. This deck goes all the way up to the front, and that sandbag sits right about right here, wedged right up under there. It's tight as it can be. So like I said, that's going to work out just perfect for that. and balance that out. This little motor we are excited about. This thing starts first time every time you crank it. I love it. I got it from China through AliExpress. I took a risk and bought it. I bought it for $100 shipped to me, and it was here in 3 days. It's basically a weed whacker, a 2.3 horsepower, 52 cc. Look at even the stickers coming off already. But it is a quality little motor. It fires up every single time. It's got its throttle adjustment right here, and it's got a a quick shear pin style little prop on it. I dig this little thing. I built my own little 2x4 with a couple of these as a motor support. This will stay like this all the time. This motor is not going to be used as a trolling motor. This motor is my get back up river if I bust something. Remember, I am on these rivers down here where it is loaded with obstacles. Water levels raise and lower 8 to 10 feet throughout at any given time, and there are so many stumps and rocks and old steel things and structures and so many hazards in this river. And this river is not very deep as it is. It's sometimes it's only 3 feet deep, sometimes it's 15 feet deep, and you never know what's going on and where things are with all the blowdowns and all the problems. So if I hit one of them stumps, I hit stumps all the time. This motor kicks up. It's the reason I went with this motor and did not go any bigger than 25 horse, because this is the highest motor you can get where it still has the release so that it kicks up. Anytime you hit something, boom, it kicks up. It's got a lever right buried in here, right there, that I flip, and there's no power filter trim on this, but if I hit something, the motor just boom flies up, and it hits stumps all the time. I got it buried in here, but you can see my prop. It's only a year old. Look at that thing, okay? A year and a half old. I mean, this thing hits a lot of stuff. Stumps are fine. Hit rocks, hit things like that. I snap that prop off. I have a spare in there, but if I take out my lower unit, something like that, or I have a problem with this motor, I am on a pretty quick moving river, and I can be 10 miles down river, or up river even. If I'm up river, it's nice, I can float down. If I'm down river and I need to get back up, this little motor I'm hoping is going to be my little fail-safe motor. For $100 I'm going to try it. Plus I can take this motor off of here and put it on my kayaks and my canoe, which is, so it's a multi-purpose, but we are going to test it and see if this motor will push this 1548 boat up river on the rivers I'm on, the Altamaha River, which is pretty fast moving river here in Georgia. So we're going to see if this has the power to do it. If it does, it'll be the best $100 I ever spent. And then either way, even if it can't do that, like I said, it'll definitely move my canoes and kayaks. 2.3 horsepower motor that only weighs 18 pounds and runs on 2-stroke oil, and or your like your weed whackers, you're mixing it 2-cycle. So you mix it, your ratio on here, and fill it full of gas, and you're good to go, and that'll last a long time. So I don't have to carry extra gas. I don't have to mount a troller and run wires. I don't have to worry about trollers killing my batteries. I don't have to worry about a troller not having enough power to push me upriver. We'll see what this little guy can do. So we will keep you posted on that as I test it. But for $100, it was worth the risk, and I am excited to see, and we will show you that. And like I said, I just made a simple little quick mount right there, and it's solid. It's not going nowhere. It doesn't tip, doesn't nothing. So that's where she's going to live at. So we shall see what happens. But there it is, cleaned up, ready for fishing season, and ready for some summertime hog hunting. That's the game plan with this dude. And we got her dialed in and ready to go. And we'll keep you posted when we get her on the water. All right, we're going to test this little dude. We are out here. We're on the river, and just got out here. We're going to give this thing a shot and see what it does. Tina's going to record this for me. Let's see. So here, this is for you, honey. And let's see here. We got to fire it up here. Priming a gas bulb. Okay, we got gas. We're going to hit the choke. And make sure we are on. Start position. We are on. Here we go. Alright, now this is all adjustable. I can adjust this handle angle. Well, let's see what she does. Ready? Sit down for a second. Just to be on the safe side, let's see what she does. I want to see if it'll take us upriver. That's full throttle. Woo! That's actually moving pretty dang good. I'm impressed. was an emergency motor. If I were to hit a stump or break a prop or blow out a lower unit on this and I need to get upriver, this is what I wanted this for. Something lightweight. It's only 18 pounds. Look at this. That's going upriver. And I got the big motor still in the water. If I were to lift that up and get rid of that resistance, that is pretty dang impressive. I don't have any trim set on it. I don't have it tiller. I didn't do nothing with it. That is pretty impressive. Look at that thing. But, so what we got here, it's a 2.3 horsepower motor, and it's a weed whacker basically, but it only weighs 18 pounds, and putting this on a kayak or something would be nice. We are on a 1548 boat, and we are going upriver. I mean, you can see the current's moving pretty good. This thing is very impressive. Look at this. I mean, that's moving pretty good. Let me see it float for a second. Look at that. I mean, we're cooking along pretty good. Look at the shore. Put that into perspective, and we're going upriver. That is impressive. I mean, that is straight up impressive. Even toned down. Let's tone it down quite a bit, see what it does. But again, going upriver. Yeah, pretty impressive. All right, let's kill it. So there it is. Sweet little motor right there. Now I'm going to give this back to Tina while I pack this thing up, put it up, and you can kind of see what we got going on here. So basically, what we do is we adjust this knob right here, which will let us position where we want our handle. I'm putting it up as high as I can so that it's there. I want to keep the fill nozzle up as high as I can on here. Then I'm grabbing this whole thing and I'm turning it and I'm putting it up like this. This is how it's going to sit, so that this is up high. So that's where this is basically going to stay sitting at. And I can, actually with this way, when I did that, I might not even need this little brace. We're going to see how that's going to work. I wonder if I can just lock that in. Interesting. I might have to do some playing with this, but we might be able to just straight up lock this right to those clamps. Nice. I bet I can. Let me see here. Ugh. Yeah, that's staying right there for now. We'll mess with it later, but that's it. But see, as long as I keep this up high, this part up high, no gas is leaking. You can see where the gas leaked. That's my mistake of having this turned around the other way. So as I was driving here, we lost some gas dripping out. But all in all, and you can see that's gas down there again from that leaking out. We lost, you know, quite a bit of gas when I had it upside down and didn't know any better. But for a emergency motor to get us back to shore when we need it for $100, I cannot complain about that. Very impressive. We'll talk more about it later when we get home. Right now, me and Tina got some fishing to do, so we're gonna get rolling because we're heading the wrong way down the river. All right, so here it is. We are back. It is the next day. It's been raining all day, but as you can see, this little motor worked like an absolute champ. So let's take a look at this thing. So I did not need, and this drove home this way the whole time. So this little extra bracket that I built that I needed right here, I do not need. It was a little, you know, once I realized that the cap for this fits between the brackets, and to put it down like this, all I got to do is strap this bungee cord around here. It don't move. Doesn't go nowhere. It stays sticking out nice and straight. It's simple. It's effective. The key thing to remember, though, you got a vent hole on your tank here. So keep the tank up. Keep this part up. Okay, when I was going out there, you can still see the gas in my boat. See all this? Okay, that came off this piece of wood. But the problem I had was, and you can see it all still down there. I'm going to rinse this out right now, as a matter of fact, harder. But what happened is, I had this motor flipped around and all the gas was popping out of here as I was hitting bumps. It was leaking out of this vent. So by keeping that vent up, we're good. But you can see we lost some gas. But this way even works better because then there's no twisting, no turning, because of the fact that that knob for the adjustment to be able to lower and raise the handle fits in between here so perfectly. Like I said, it just locks it right into place. So I'm very impressed with this little motor. Very impressed. As you saw, it took us upriver really good. If you have a kayak or you have a canoe, this thing will scream. I'll bet it straight up screams. Look at the size of this boat, okay? This is a 15-foot long, 4 foot across the bottom, 5.5, 6 feet across the top. I mean, this is a 1548. It's a good sized boat, and it was loaded down with 2 people, 50-pound sandbag buried up in the front, another 50 pounds of gear up in here, cooler there. The gas tank was 6 gallons, the 25 horse, the battery, all the weight that's in this boat. And this thing screamed it right along upriver, going upriver on a very fast moving river, and it took us there, which was the key. That's what I needed, because I didn't think a troller could do it. All right, if I bought a little 30-pound thrust troller for $200 or 180 bucks, connected it to my battery and put it on here, little tiller one like this, would it have been able to get me 3 miles upriver back to a boat launch? Maybe 3, 4, 5 miles if I needed to. Usually not that far, but let's just say, I mean, yesterday when we were fishing, we were 6 miles in, but we were upriver, so we could have floated down. But will this motor do that? Yes, this one will. Would a troller be able to do that? I'm not sure it would. This is a 2.3 horsepower motor, so it's got a lot more punch than a troller does, and of that size. So I've owned a lot of trolling motors, and I know what a troller does, and I know what it does on a 1648. I know what it does on a 1542. I know what it does on a 1760. I know what trollers do on what. This little motor is wicked little perfect. It really is. And for $100, I paid $100 and had it shipped to me from AliExpress. You can go look that up yourself, because I'm not linking to AliExpress, but I will put a link to the one on Amazon, because they sell it on Amazon too, and I think it was 120 bucks on Amazon. So same thing, you can buy it right from there. I bought mine through AliExpress, and I looked up the same exact motor on there, but they do sell it on Amazon too for $120, but it is a China weed whacker. But it is a weed whacker. That's all this thing is. It is a simple weed whacker with a throttle control. That's all it is, okay? But it starts the second pull every single time. Second pull every time. It worked like a champ. It goes like a champ. Simple bitty cotter pin, shear pin style. I mean, like I said, everything about this is simple, yet built well and effective, and it costs $100. That is the beauty of it. It is $100. You can see it has the tip up, so if I were to hit something, okay, this bracket, when you turn it on, okay, for reverse, this locks under here, so that when you're going backwards, it's not pulling away from you. And then when you turn the motor forward, this thing here is on the open side over here, so that it will kick up. If it were to hit a stump, this motor will just bounce right up, just like that one does, which is nice. When you turn the motor all the way around to go backwards, if you want to, because there is no reverse on this. This does not have a reverse here. You spin the motor and you turn the handle out here for reverse. When you do that, this tooth, this ledge, engages on the back of here and will not let that motor pull out away from you. So brilliant, simple, super simple system. Lost my little plastic cap that was on there. Oh dang, not that I'm worried about it, but like I said, just a super simple setup. Comes with the tools, comes with everything. I left these on here in case I needed to do any adjustments on it while I was out there, but we ran this thing for a solid 15-20 minutes out there, and it worked good. And like I said, we barely used any gas, so that's nice too. I don't have to carry spare gas with this. I'll bet there's enough gas in here to get me 3, 4, 5 miles, 6 miles if I need to. And you can see we lost some of it. It's a 2-stroke. Okay, so you're mixing gas and oil with this. So real simple system to do, but I don't need to carry any extra gas. This being even this full, I have no fears will get me anywhere I need to. So as an emergency motor for me, in case I take out a prop or take out a lower unit on a stump or rock. I mean, you can see, look at the dings, the scratches. I mean, I hit stuff all the time with this boat. Yesterday, we were hung up on a log. Took me forever just to get off of it. Having this motor as a failsafe on the rivers is going to be a straight up gold mine. I love that factor. For you guys that are looking for it for something to use on a kayak or something like that, or on a canoe, highly recommend it. It weighs 18 pounds. It weighs nothing. It is completely self-contained. No extra batteries to bring, no cables to hook up, no charging to do, no trickle charging to do later, no nothing. It is a weed whacker with a prop on it. It is as simple as it can be, and yet so functional, and it was $100. It was $100, $120 if you're looking at the one on Amazon. I mean, it's not. I mean, it's like I said, or whatever it is. I mean, I've had it now for a month, but it's like I said, straight up amazing. I'm super happy with it, and I'm glad I have it. It's not a motor I'll be using often, but for 18 pounds, fully self-contained unit, it can sit right there on the corner, which is exactly where I drove it. I did not move it over or mess with it. I left it right here on the end. It can sit right there for the rest of its life and just be a backup for me. And once every month or two, I'll drop it down, and I don't even got to drop it in the water. You can start this up anywhere it is because it is air cooled. This does not need water like your outboard does. So I could sit here and just pull start this and let it run right here. It will not hurt anything. Okay, so I'll start it once a month or so, and just to make, keep things fresh and rolling through the carb, but otherwise, super simple, super great little motor. Cannot say enough good things about it. I am so very impressed. We'll do a quick little look around on this thing. Look how cute that little sealed lower unit is. Just like I said, just a cute, perfect, functional, well done little motor right here, and so simple to lock it up in this position. Again, I built that piece right there because I didn't realize this did this, but by dropping that right in there, it sits on itself in here perfectly like that. You can have holes in here so you could actually padlock through like I did. If you look at my main motor, you can see I padlock right through the arms together, so that motor cannot, nobody can steal it from me. You can do the same thing here. You can padlock through the holes in this and lock this motor together too, so nobody can take it from you. They can't unscrew it that way and get it off. So like I said, functional, sweet little setup. Can't say enough good things about it. Really easy to use, just like a weed whacker. Prime the bulb, choke right here, turn it on, boom, pull it. There it is. When it's running, turn the choke off. When you're done, kill switch right there. You have your safety lanyard you could put on you if you wanted to. Like I said, perfect little motor. All right, there you go. Thanks for watching.